Welcome to Father Murphy Memorial Park in Namakan and Fergus for this U16B final between Tulla and Doora-Barefield. Both teams are out on the field. It's a very overcast sky, but there's little or no breeze here, so it's a perfect day for hurling. And that's the Tulla team you have in picture. And now we look at the Doora-Barefield team at the other end. And I'll give you the line out. First the Doora-Barefield team, and there's a number of switches from the official programme. In goals, Christy O'Connor. Right full-back will be Donald Cahill, who's wearing number 6. Full-back, Steve White, and left full, John O'Connell. The half-back line, on the right, Dermot O'Sullivan. Centre half-back is Bernard Cosgrove, who'll be wearing number 16. And left half-back is Aidan Bohannon, who was originally picked as right corner-back. Centre field is Ted O'Brien and James O'Connor, who'll be wearing number 10. Right half-forward is Sean Mangan, who'll be wearing number 9. Centre forward, Gregory Baker. And left half forward, Andrew Whelan. The full forward line, top of the right, Phelan Collins. Full forward, Colin Kearns. And top of the left is Derek Ryan. And now the Tulla side. In goals, Patrick Madden. Right full back, Connie Hunt. Full back, Michael Hayes. And left full back, Michael McInerney. The half back line, on the right, Declan Whelan. In the centre, Carol Quinn. And on the left, Michael Kelly. Centre field is John Murphy and Dermot McInerney. The half-forward line, on the right, Ian McInerney, centre-forward, Gordon Quealy, and left half-forward, Michael Littleton. Right corner-forward, Mark Quinn, full-forward, Shane McMahon, and left corner is Damien Murphy.
Number 7, Michael Kelly. In the midfield, we have John Murphy and Damien McInerney. Number 10, right half-forward, Ian McInerney. Centre half-forward,
Tulla, who qualified for this final by beating Newmarket. They lost their second-round game to the Banner. They beat Killaloe in the quarter-final and then accounted for Clonara in the semi-final. Doora-Barefield had to play a game more. They beat Rowan first, then Kilnamona, Currafin, Wolftones in the quarter-final and Scariff in the semi-final. The referee for today's game is Michael McNamara of Whitegate. Michael, who has come to promise since Phelan Gale came to Clare, and he certainly is a very promising referee. It's Tulla first into the attack, up this side of the field. Going for there is Ian McInerney, but it's Aidan Bohannon who wins it. A short clearance and comes to Andrew Whelan, back helping out in defence, but the referee has blown the whistle and he awards a free to Doora-Barefield. The free will be taken by number 16, Bernard Cosgrove, who's playing at centre half-back. It's about 40 metres from the Tulla goal, 10 metres in from this sideline.
Good strike with the ball, this chap. Good.
And Bernard Cosgrove prepares to take the free. Strikes it very high, down into the centre. 4 players under it there, and one of the Doora-Barefield player falls to the ground, the full forward Colin Kearns, but he is penalised, so it's a free out to Tulla, just inside their own 65. And the free taker will be the goalkeeper, Pat Madden. Strikes it very high, up the far side of the field. Searching there for Michael Littleton. It's cut out by Bernard Cosgrove, out towards the far side, edited by Ted O'Brien. Kept in play there by Michael Kelly. Also in there is Declan Whelan. But it's Michael Littleton in possession, going up the far side, sends it in towards the goal. Up towards Shane McMahon. Cut out by Steve White. Cleared out 30 metres out from the goal. Dermot McInerney is going for it, but the referee has blown the whistle and he awards a free in to Tulla. Dermot McInerney will be the free taker, and this fellow is certainly a very promising young hurler. He played in goals for the under-21 team, which won the under-21 championship earlier in the year, and I saw him just a week ago playing at left corner back on the Clare under-16 side, and he's a very promising player as he strikes it goalwards, but strikes it to the left and wide. So the first attack is a wide for Tulla. A bit of a hold up here as the slitter hasn't been returned. There's no breeze whatsoever, so it certainly should be a good day for forwards. A very overcast sky. The pitch is looking in good condition. The underfoot conditions may be slightly yielding as the slitter is returned for Christy O'Connor to take the puck out. Strikes it straight down the centre. Under it is Michael Littleton for Tulla. Gets it up in his stick. Goes by Dermot O'Sullivan, soloing up towards the far side. The shot is blocked down. Sent back in towards the goal. In towards Shane McMahon. Backs and forwards tussling for it in there. Shane McMahon is the one in possession, but it's cut out by Donald Cahill. It only goes as far as Dermot McInerney. McInerney strikes it right-handed in towards the goal. Mark Quinn there fails to keep it in play, so it's gone to the right and wide. So Tulla's first two attacks, but they have both ended off target. Christy O'Connor with the puck out, down this side. One in the air there by John Murphy. Very close to this touchline, Aidan Bohannon. But it's Declan Whelan for Tulla, gains possession. Very close to this touchline. Jamin McInerney is the one in possession. Jinks around two Doora-Barefield players, and he's fouled as he does so, so it's a free in to Tulla. And Jamin McInerney will be the free taker himself. This one is just about 10 metres in from this touchline. As he strikes it in towards the goal. And it goes straight over the bar. That's the opening score of the game, appointed free by Dermot McInerney. So Tulla go into a 1-point lead after 2.5 minutes of play. Christy O'Connor will take the puck out for Doora-Barefield.
Hooks it out now.
Hooks it out the far side of the field. Michael Littleton is under it. Edited by Gordon Queally. Queally again sends it back in towards the goal. Aidan Bohannon is going for it, but Ian McInerney is also in there for Tulla, but it's Donald Cahill the one that wins it. Clears it left-handed out this side of the field. 4 players are under it. Batted down, but it comes to the centre half-back, wearing number 16, Bernard Cosgrove, but not a very good clearance. Comes close to this touchline, Andrew Whelan, but he fails to control it. Damon McInerney for Tulla, and already McInerney is making a promising start to the game, but he's fouled by Bernard Cosgrove for free in to Tulla. McInerney again will be the free taker. His first attempt he put it to the left and wide, but the last one he was dead on target. As he discards the helmet.
Obviously doesn't want any distractions for the free. He
strikes it goalwards.
This time it looks like it's going wide. Yes, it's going out wide.
But it goes over the head of the backs and forwards to the left and wide. So the score still remains Tulla 1 point. Doora-Barefield have yet to score, but of course it's very early stages yet in the game. Christy O'Connor once again with the puck out. Into the centre, Michael Kelly is under it for Tulla. The ball breaks out to John Murphy, sends Tulla on the attack, up the far side of the field. Cut out by Donald Cahill, over across in front of his own goal. Bernard Cosgrove. I know it's the number 10, James O'Connor, but he's playing at midfield. Ball returned in towards the goal, Shane McMahon pulls in it. Bernard Cosgrove is also in there for Doora-Barefield. Gets the clearance out a little bit. It only comes as far as Gordon Queally, returns it in towards the goal. Shane McMahon pulls in it, then chases after it. Grabs it up in his stick, trying to get around Steve White. White knocks the ball away from him, clears it out towards this touchline. Racing after it is Michael Littleton. Littleton gains possession, but the intended shot is blocked down. Littleton again. The ball glued to the top of his stick as he heads in goalwards. Pulled on in there by Shane McMahon. Out comes the goalkeeper, Christy O'Connor. But the ball has gone into the back of the net. It's a goal for Tulla. It's a goal for Tulla. Left corner forward, Damien Murphy, who finished it to the back of the net. As he came in after it, he fell to the ground, but got it over the end line. So Tulla go into a 4-point lead. Christy O'Connor with the puck out. Tulla done all the pressing in the early stages of the game. There is Carol Quinn coming up from his centre half-back position, drills it down towards the goal. Shane McMahon goes for it. He's beaten by Steve White. Steve White gets the clearance out this side of the field. Number 21 there, there's no 21 listed in the programme, but Tulla were playing as selected, so it's Mark Quinn, I think, who's wearing number 21. The ball comes very close to this touchline, kept in play by Dermot McInerney. First times it along the ground, over towards the Doora-Barefield goal. Shane McMahon pulls from it. Steve White is also in there. In goes Damien Murphy, the goal scorer. But this time the goalkeeper is fouled, so there's a free out to Doora-Barefield. The free will be taken by Christy O'Connor, about 10 metres out from his own goal.
He strikes it out to the right this time.
Strikes it out the far side of the field. 4 players tussling for it. The ball breaks across the centre to Sean Mangan. Mangan with the hand pass. Into the centre half forward, Gregory Baker. But Carol Quinn is there for Tulla, surrounded by Doora-Barefield players, but he gets the clearance up the far side of the field. Under there is Gordon Queally. Lays it off over towards the far side. Andrew Whelan back helping out in defence. Gets the right under clearance. Back up into the centre. Ball breaks across this side. Sean Mangan races after it. Gains possession. Sends Doora-Barefield on the attack. But out comes the goalkeeper Pat Madden. Safely collects it and belts it out this side. Racing after it is Ian McInerney. In close attention, there is Aidan Bohannon. It's gone over the sideline. It's a sideline cut for Doora-Barefield. It's hard to see the sideline from this angle as the supporters are beginning to encroach onto the pitch. So the sideline cut is taken by Sean Mangan. Ball breaks back to Mangan again. Or no, this is James O'Connor. He's playing at centre field, but he's wearing the number 10 shirt. So it's a free to Doora-Barefield. Or no, it's a free out to Tulla. No, the referee there had signalled first. I thought that it was going to be a free to Tulla, but now he says it's a free to Doora-Barefield. So it'll be taken by Andrew Whelan. The wide stands of Whelan as he stands over the ball. Could he open the Doora-Barefield account from this one? Strikes it goalwards, but strikes it to the right and wide. So the score remains Tulla 1 goal and 1 point. Doora-Barefield have yet to score. Pat Madden will take the puck out. He hasn't had as much to do as Christy O'Connor in the goal so far, but as I say, it's early stages in the game. Doora-Barefield now coming onto the attack. Colin Kearns. Michael Hayes is in there for Tulla, flicks it away from him. Kearns still tussling for it. Ball breaks across, pulled on by Michael Kelly. Gets it out the centre, or out towards the far side. Ted O'Brien is there for Doora-Barefield, but he's beaten. Nice combination there in the centre of the field for Tulla. The ball comes to Jimmy McInerney, but his intended shot is blocked down by Andrew Whelan, but Whelan has fouled him, so there's a free to Tulla. The free will be taken by the centre half back, Carol Quinn.
Carol Quinn going to cross the take distance about 60 yards out from his own goal on the left.
Tulla seem to have the upper hand early in the game, but they won't hold it if they keep playing like that. Carol Quinn drops the free, but he gets it to Michael Kelly, but drills it down towards the goal. Coming across for it is Bernard Cosgrove. The ball goes behind him. Shane McMahon is in there for Tulla. Bernard Cosgrove still tussling for it. Cleared out towards the far corner where Steve White races after it. Gets the lowest clearance. Michael Littleton is first to react it. Sends it back in towards the goal. Bernard Cosgrove comes out again with it. Fails to control it. Michael Littleton goes in for Tulla. Also in there is Gordon Queally. Queally with the shot in towards the goal, and it's gone over the bar, increasing the lead for Tulla. It is the centre half forward Gordon Queally. So Tulla go into a 5-point lead. They lead 1 goal and 2 points to no score. Just over 10 minutes gone in the game. Christy O'Connor with the puck out. Tries this side of the field this time. It's James O'Connor in possession, soloing down this side. The ball is flicked away from him. Dermot McInerney goes for it, but Andrew Whelan is first there for Doora-Barefield. McInerney still tussling for it. Also coming in to help out is Ian McInerney. Dermot McInerney is in there again for Tulla. Declan Whelan pulls on it, but the ball breaks to the other Whelan. It's Andrew Whelan for Doora-Barefield, and the referee has penalised one of the Tulla players, so it's a free in to Barefield. And the free taker will be James O'Connor. Could this be Doora-Barefield's opening score? O'Connor looks goalwards. Strikes it towards the goal. Drops in the parallelogram. Pat Madden gets it out there for Tulla. Ball breaks out the centre. The clearance completed by Declan Whelan. But under there is Ted O'Brien for Doora-Barefield. He turns it down towards the Tulla goal. Colin Kearns in possession, but Kearns' shot is off target to the left and wide. So still Doora-Barefield have yet to score. The puck out will be taken by Pat Madden. Strikes it up the centre. Bernard Cosgrove is under it. The intended shot is blocked down, breaks out this side. Aidan Bohannon is there for Barefield. Gets a left-handed clearance. Up towards Derek Ryan. Derek Ryan fails to control it, and it's cleared out by Connie Hunt. Out into the centre, but James O'Connor is there for Barefield. Drills it down towards the goals, but it's gone to the left and wide. So that's Doora-Barefield's third wide of the game. Pat Madden, the goalkeeper, was another one of the Tulla players not playing, he should be wearing number 1, but he's wearing number 16. But he puts it up the far side of the field. Pulled on by Jim McInerney, in towards the goal. Aidan Bohannon comes across, but it goes behind him. Mark Quinn is there for Tulla, down towards the corner. Shane McMahon goes out for it, beaten by Steve White. The ball comes back to Gordon Queely. Queely returns it in towards the Barefield goal. Comes across is Donald Cahill. But it's Michael Littleton in possession for Tulla. Steadies himself as he strikes it across the face of the goals. Out comes the goalkeeper, Christy O'Connor, and gets the clearance out the far side. Where it comes to Phelan Collins. The ball now back in the centre for James O'Connor. And Sean Mangan is also in there. Gordon Queely adds to it for Tulla. Shane McMahon comes out from the full forward. This fellow is a big bustling full forward, but it's cleared out this side of the field. First to react it is James O'Connor. Gets the ball up in his stick. But the referee has adjudged that Dermot McInerney has fouled him, so there's a free to Doora-Barefield. About 40 metres from their own goal. 10 metres in from this sideline. Bernard Cosgrove with the free.
About 40 yards out from his own goal, near the left-hand sideline.
He was originally named as first sub, but he started the game at centre half-back. Drops it past the centre of the field. Michael Littleton, opening very promising also for Tulla. But Ted O'Brien is there for Barefield. Littleton wins the tussle, beats 2 Doora-Barefield players, but his intended shot is blocked down, but Littleton persists and gets it up the far side. The attack broken up. Ted O'Brien is there for Barefield. Gets the clearance out towards the far touchline. Gregory Baker pulls on it but fails to make contact, but Dermot McInerney picks it up nicely, returns it down towards the Doora-Barefield goal. Mark Quinn is under it. Quinn has possession, lays it off across to Damien Murphy, and a nice save in there in the goals by Christy O'Connor, a very quick snapshot. The ball has gone over the end line. I think it's a 65 to Tulla. The referee there, Michael McNamara, is going in. He's having a word with one of the Tulla players, and he has signalled that it's a free out to Doora-Barefield. I think it was Damien Murphy there he penalised. So Christy O'Connor will take the free out for Barefield. A bit of a hold up here as one of the players is getting attention. And now we're ready to resume as Christy O'Connor takes the free out the far side of the field, batted down by John Murphy, pulled on first time by James O'Connor, and it was Sean McMahon out this side of the field. The referee has blown the whistle and he awards a free to Doora-Barefield. The free will be taken by James O'Connor. O'Connor strikes it down the centre. Under it once again is Dermot McInerney for Tulla. Into challenging is Gregory Baker. It's Andrew Whelan who picks it up nicely. Strikes it left-handed over across the face of the goal. Backs and forwards go for it. Phelan Collins sends it in towards the goals. Colin Cairns failed to make contact. Cleared out by Michael Hayes. Bernard Cosgrove sends it down towards the Tulla goal once again, and Ted O'Brien is there. Ball drops on the 20-metre line, nicely held by Gregory Baker, who strikes it right-handed over his shoulder, but again it goes to the left and wide. So the score still remains. Tulla 1 goal and 2 points. Doora-Barefield have yet to score. And Pat Madden will take the puck out. Bounces the ball in his stick. Tulla are opening much stronger in this first half. Pat Madden with the puck out. Drops it into the centre of the field. Headed up by Michael Kelly. Andrew Whelan is in there for Barefield. Ball is cleared out by Sean McMahon. McMahon in possession again. First times it up along the touchline. Comes back towards Ted O'Brien. Ball breaks down. It is cleared out by Michael Kelly for Tulla. Andrew Whelan for Barefield has possession. Strikes it right-handed. The shot is intercepted by Sean Mangan. Mangan clears it over across this side of the field. Doora-Barefield on the attack, but the attack is broken up by Carol Quinn. But Quinn fails to control it. The ball breaks away from him, but he gets it at the second attempt and gets a good left-handed clearance. Down deep into the heart of the Barefield defence. Racing onto it is Ian McInerney. In close attention there is Aidan Bohannon, but the ball has gone over the sideline. It's a sideline cut to Tulla. And the sideline cut will be taken by Ian McInerney. He's 40 metres from the Doora-Barefield goal. A good cut for McInerney, drills it in towards the goal, held inside by Bernard Cosgrove. Gets it out along the ground. Andrew Whelan back helping out in defence, gets possession and strikes it left-handed. Plays it out 50 metres out from his own goal. Racing onto it is James O'Connor. He has possession in front of Carol Quinn, then turns into the centre and strikes it left-handed, setting up a Barefield attack. First out to it is Phelan Collins, grabs it nicely and sends it towards the goal, but as of all the other attacks for Barefield, it has gone again to the wrong side of the post, to the left and wide, so that's the 5th wide in the game for Barefield. And has yet to have not scored as Pat Madden prepares to take the puck out for Tulla. Tulla lead by 5 points. The puck out straight up the centre, goes over the head of Dermot McInerney. Andrew Whelan is there for Barefield. The intended shot is blocked down. He comes as far as John Murphy for Tulla. Fails to get his shot in. He's beaten to the ball by Ted O'Brien down the far side of the field. Racing onto it is Sean Mangan. Mangan gets possession down to Phelan Collins. Doora-Barefield beginning to look a little more promising now as he drops it in towards the goal, but again it's gone to the right and wide. So Tulla retained their 5-point lead. I see a very well-known figure there behind the goals, and it's that well-known centre-half back for Clare, Sean Stack. As the puck out goes up the centre, ball breaks away from Michael Littleton, also from Andrew Whelan. Dermot McInerney is in there. He beats 3 Doora-Barefield players, then gets by another one, but it's Sean McMahon who takes it off the top of his stick, but McInerney isn't beaten yet. And McInerney is fouled by Aidan Bohannon, a free in to Tulla.
Out near the right-hand sideline. Carol Quinn was fired yesterday.
The free will be taken by Carol Quinn. Carol Quinn discards the helmet, and I notice also that Dermot McInerney, when he's striking frees, takes off the helmet. Quinn drops it in towards the goal. First out to it is Bernard Cosgrove. Opening very well at centre half back. Gets it to Andrew Whelan. There's a lot, I think, expected of this fellow as he solos out of defence. The ball glued to the top of his stick. Gets by Michael Kelly. Gets the right-handed shot. Racing onto it is Gregory Baker, but he's beaten to the ball. Ball goes towards Sean Mangan, but is cleared out for Tulla by Michael Kelly, back up into the centre of the field, where Gordon Queely is there, sets up another Tulla attack, down towards the goal. Shane McMahon is there for Tulla, Steve White is in there for Barefield. McMahon crosses it over across the goals, where it comes to John Murphy, and Murphy strikes it high and strikes it over the bar, increasing the lead again for Tulla. Tulla looking much sharper up front. Anytime they get a chance, they're very quick to capitalise on it, and that time it was the centre field player John Murphy who scored. Just over 20 minutes gone in the game. Christy Connor with the puck out this side of the field. James O'Connor is there for Barefield. Gets the pass on to Andrew Whelan. Whelan's shot is blocked down, but he gets it at the second attempt. But the referee has penalised Carol Quinn, so it's a free for Barefield. Andrew Whelan will be the free taker. James O'Connor it was who took the ones earlier on, but this one is entrusted to Andrew Whelan, and he sends it towards the goal, and it's gone to the right and wide. So Pat Madden will take the puck out again for Tulla. That's 7 wides that Barefield have had in the game so far, to Tulla's 3, but of course Tulla have accounted for a goal and 3 points. As the puck out goes up the centre, Aidan Bohannon is there, but he's beaten to the ball by Dermot McInerney, gets it up in his stick, gets by Bernard Cosgrove, but takes his eye off it, and the ball goes off his hand over the sideline. So it's a sideline cut for Doora-Barefield. It will be taken by Aidan Bohannon. Strikes it very low. Gordon Queely nips in for Tulla, but Aidan Bohannon races after it, gains possession. Then gets around Ian McInerney, but his intended shot is blocked down. Ian McInerney is also there for Tulla. Gets it up along towards the touchline and it's gone over the line. It's going to be a sideline cut to Doora-Barefield. No, it's a sideline cut to Tulla. I thought there for a moment that it came off one of the Tulla players. but it's a sideline cut to Tulla. It'll be taken by Ian McInerney, cuts it up towards the corner, comes off the hand of Gordon Queally. Mark Quinn is there, returns it over towards the goal. Bernard Cosgrove falls to the ground, but then gets the clearance along the ground. Two Tulla players collide. Bernard Cosgrove gets it out a little bit, only as far as Gordon Queally, who leaves it now to Shea McMahon. Donald Cahill is covering off, gets the left-handed clearance out this side of the field, very close to the touchline, kept in play by Andrew Whelan. Racing after it is Jim McInerney. He's beaten by Andrew Whelan, runs into a hefty shoulder, loses possession. McInerney sends it up towards this touchline. Aidan Bohannon along the ground, only as far as Michael Littleton. Michael Littleton strikes it goalwards. This is a dangerous looking move. There is the scorer of the goal, Damien Murphy, but he fails to make contact with this one. Cleared out the far side of the field. Michael McInerney there for Doora-Barefield. So is Steve White. And it's Derek Ryan now in position, coming along ways back from his left corner forward position. Gets it to Sean Mangan. Mangan sends it up into the centre of the field. Tulla on the attack once again. The attack is broken up by James O'Connor. James O'Connor is fouled, a free to Doora-Barefield. James O'Connor not in any great hurry to take the free as he leaves it and moves down into a forward position. Andrew Whelan is not going to strike this one either. The free taker will be the centre half back, Bernard Cosgrove. Barefield needing a couple of scores now before half time. Cosgrove strikes it very high, taps it down on the edge of the parallelogram, cleared out by Michael Hayes. Backs and forwards tossing forward in there. Declan Whelan tries to get it up, cleared out by Michael Hayes. Added by Michael Kelly. Kelly's shot is blocked down. One of the Doora-Barefield players ran into the end of the hurley there and has gone down injured, but it's Michael Kelly in possession. Gets the shortest clearance. Michael McInerney is also there for Tulla. As the play continues, there's the injured Doora-Barefield player on the ground. Connie Hunt is in there for Tulla. Beats Andrew Whelan. James O'Connor gains possession. Goes by three Tulla players. Make that four now as he strikes it goalwards. The referee has spotted an infringement in there and he's calling one of the Tulla players. It's Michael McInerney, the left corner back, and he's putting the name of Michael McInerney into the book. He's the first player to be booked in the game. So it's going to be a 20-metre free for Doora-Barefield. Meanwhile, the other Doora-Barefield player is still down injured. It's Sean Mangan. The referee now, Michael McNamara, goes over to check and see what way Sean Mangan is. But it's going to be a 20-metre free to Doora-Barefield. And will they be satisfied with a point at this stage? They have yet to open their account. Or will they go for a goal? They'll certainly need a couple of scores coming up to half-time.
No, it can't.
Ted O'Brien is standing over the ball. Colm Kearns is also in there, as is the centre half forward Gregory Baker. Which one of them will strike the free? Tulla players also in there discussing tactics. Gordon Queally coming back. There he's playing at centre half forward, but he's now back on his own 20-metre line. And Sean Mangan certainly seems to be in some bother over there at the far side of the field, and he would be a big loss to the Doora-Barefield side. He ran into the end of that swing there as Michael Kelly was getting the clearance. So we're ready to resume with the action. And happily enough, that injured player, Sean Mangan, is ready to resume his position once again at the right half forward for Doora-Barefield. And it's Andrew Whelan who will take the 20-metre free. The backs and forwards lining up beside him. Whelan stands over it. What's going through his mind now? Is he going to go for a goal or go for the point? And he's satisfied with the point. The opening score for Barefield, a pointed free by Andrew Whelan. Out up this side of the field, very close to this touchline, and it's gone over the sideline. It's going to be a sideline ball for Doora-Barefield. Ian McInerney there gets a drop out of the magic bottle. And it's Donald Cahill who'll take the sideline cut. Cahill cuts it up towards the centre of the field. James O'Connor races onto it, then lays it off into the centre to Gregory Baker, who adds to the along the ground. First time done by Ted O'Brien, but cleared back out for Tulla. Comes out as far as James O'Connor. Strikes a good ball down towards the goal, but again it goes to the left and wide. Doora-Barefield's guilty of some bad shooting in this first half. They trail by 5 points. Pat Madden with the puck out. Strikes it very high. Alex the far side of the field. 4 players are under in there. Derek Ryan is there, but he's beaten to the ball by Michael Kelly. Kelly then races after it as he was blocked down at the first attempt. It comes to Carol Quinn. And the referee calls for the ball, and he has penalised one of the Doora-Barefield players, so it's going to be a free in to Tulla. And once again, Damon McInerney discards the helmet as he's going to take the free. The camera shot now is we're at one side of the pitch. Here at the end of it in the balcony in the clubhouse in the market on Fergus. So we're behind the players as Dermot McInerney strikes this one and strikes it straight between the posts, increasing the lead again for Tulla to 6 points. That's Dermot McInerney's second point of the game. And he's had a very good first half for Tulla. Christy O'Connor with the puck out. But the referee has signalled to Christy O'Connor to hold the puck out for just a moment as there's a sub coming on the Doora-Barefield team. It's Michael McLaughlin. He seems to be coming up to fill a left corner forward position. And the player who's going off the side is number 8, Ted O'Brien. So Michael McLaughlin is into the side as the puck out goes out the far side of the field. Very close to the touchline. Barefield on the attack. Down towards the goal. Racing after there is Michael McInerney. But the intended shot is blocked down, but he gets it at the second attempt. And one of the Doora-Barefield players goes down injured there. It's Gregory Baker as the ball went into the air. One of the Tulla players, and I think that it's a rather harsh decision. The ball seemed to be in the air at the time as he pulled, but the Barefield player has gone down injured, and the name, he's taking the name of one of the Tulla players. Gregory Baker has gone down injured, and it's Michael Hayes who's been booked. He's the Tulla's second player to be booked. 2 of the full back line have made their way already into the notebook of Michael McNamara. Michael McInerney, the left corner back, was also booked earlier in the game. And Gregory Baker is back on his feet. So it's going to be a free in to Doora-Barefield. Michael McNamara there ordering off the officials from Barefield over to that far touchline. And now he's awarding the free in to Doora-Barefield. And the free taker will be Andrew Whelan. He has already accounted for Barefield's only score in this game. Can he make that 2 points at this stage? They trail 1 goal and 4 points to 1 point. Whelan stands up to it and strikes it high and strikes it over the bar. The second score of the game for Andrew Whelan, and Doora-Barefield's second score also. So there's now just 5 points between them. As Pat Madden prepares to take the puck out, the referee is looking at his watch. But Madden strikes the puck out this side of the field. The referee calls for the ball, and as the sides break up at half-time, Tulla lead by 1 goal and 5 points to 2 points for Doora-Barefield. Tulla opened very promisingly, got some nice scores earlier on, and that goal by Damien Murphy put him into a commanding lead. But Barefield beginning to come back into it a little bit, but their shooting has let them somewhat down in this first half. And as the sides go into their positions for the second half, Doora-Barefield will be playing from left to right. Tulla, of course, will lead by 5 points. There's no change on either side. Michael McNamara checks with his umpires. And the second half gets underway with Barefield first into the attack. James O'Connor sends it up towards the goal. Added to in there by Michael McLaughlin, but Pat Madden comes off his line and safely collects it. Clears it out for Tulla out the far side. James O'Connor goes for it. He's fouled by Dermot McInerney, a free into Doora-Barefield. The free taker, I'm sure, will be Andrew Whelan. He's accounted for Doora-Barefield's 2 points already in the game. Could he make that 3 from this one? He's about 40 metres from the goal, to the left of the post. He looks goalwards in the wide stance of Whelan as he stands over it. Strikes it right-handed, but strikes it to the right and wide, and it was a huge belt of a ball indeed because it went out over the wire behind the goals. The youngsters there on the top of the wall, you can see them looking up towards the town of the market to see where that one has gone to. So the slitter hasn't been returned. Doora-Barefield will be anxious to get on with the game because they seem to be getting a grip on things just coming up to half-time. They're not wearing the tag of favourites all that well so far. They were expected to do better in this, but they have a half an hour to put things right yet. But I'm sure the East Clare side from Tulla will not let this championship slip too easily. As Pat Madden with the puck out. A shortish one. It's won in the air by Sean Mangan. Mangan in possession, strikes it left-handed, in towards the goal. It hangs there in the air. It's cut out by Michael McInerney. Michael McLaughlin is in there, but out comes the fullback Michael Hayes with the ball. Solos over towards the far side. Gets a good clearance. Up in towards the centre of the field. But it's Ian McInerney. Soloing up along the touchline. Crosses it over towards the Doora-Barefield goal. Pulled on first time by Damien Murphy. Trying to keep it in play. Very close here to the corner flag. John O'Connell is in there for Barefield, but it's Shane McMahon who wins possession. Tries to get it by Donald Cahill, but Cahill intercepts it. Gets his clearance. Not a very long one, but he was under pressure. Michael Littleton returns it in towards Mark Quinn, but it's cut out by John O'Connell. Only as far as Gordon Queally. Queally gets it on to Ian McInerney. McInerney trying to get his shot in. It comes to Mark Quinn. The shot is half blocked down. Shane McMahon in possession. Damien Murphy screaming for it. He was unmarked in front of the square, but the referee has blown the whistle and he has penalised Shane McMahon for over-carrying the ball. So it's a free out to Doora-Barefield. One of the Barefield players gone down injured. Damien Murphy there was across in front of the square waiting for the ball to be transferred across, but it never came, and instead it's a free out to Doora-Barefield. Christy O'Connor, the goalkeeper, will take the free. On the edge of his own parallelogram, strikes it out the far side of the field. Mark Quinn, he's beaten by Donald Cahill, but Quinn in turn gets it in, but it's cleared out by Bernard Cosgrove. Up as far as Aidan Bohannon. Bohannon's shot is blocked down, but Bernard Cosgrove races after it, beaten by Gordon Queally. Donald Cahill gets the clearance for Barefield, up towards that far touchline. Nicely kept in play and flicked on to Carol Quinn. Carol Quinn, Tulla centre half-back, surrounded by two Doora-Barefield players. The intended shot is half blocked down, but Tulla still on the attack, down the far side of the field. Coming out for this, Bernard Cosgrove gains possession and passes it out to James O'Connor. O'Connor is racing upfield. He's been challenged there by Michael Kelly, but he gets his shot in towards the goal. Out comes Michael McInerney, gets the clearance. Derek Ryan was in there for Barefield. Maybe Ryan will still get this one. Returns it in towards the goal. Carol Quinn comes across. First times it out this side, out very close to the touchline. Gordon Queally is there, goes by one of the Barefield players, gets his shot in. Queally is a big, strong centre half forward. Tulla have a strong line down the centre. Cleared out by John O'Connell. Tulla still on the attack, and Gordon Queally now in possession, sends it towards the goal, but sends it to the left and wide, and it'll come off the side netting. So the score still remains. Tulla 1 goal and 4 points, Doora-Barefield 2 points. As Christy O'Connor with the puck out. Pucks it up the side of the field, 4 players are under it. Tulla on the attack once again, and it's Gordon Queally, the centre half forward. Lays it off there to Declan Whelan. Whelan gets his shot in, down the far side, down towards Ian McInerney, but he's beaten by Aidan Bohannon. Bohannon's shot is blocked down. Gordon Queally is also in there for Tulla, very close to that far touchline. Ian McInerney keeps it in play. Gordon Queally races after it, sets up another Tulla attack, down towards Mark Quinn. Mark Quinn has possession. The ball falls away from him. Quinn tries to get it up, has possession, strikes it in towards the goal. Shane McMahon is racing after it. Fails to make contact, cleared out by Steve White. Mark Quinn returns it again, sent in by Michael Littleton, and a good save there by Christy O'Connor as the ball took a deflection. It almost went by him at his left-hand side, but he made a very good reflex save. Got it out to Donald Cahill, who completes the clearance up into the centre of the field. Andrew Whelan goes after it. Barefield on the attack. It's Whelan still in possession. being chased by two Tulla players. Now there's three of them converging on him, but it's Whelan still in possession. The shot is blocked down. Great harassing by the Tulla backline, but it's sent back in towards the goal. Backs and forwards tussling for it in there. Cleared out by Michael Hayes. Only comes as far as Michael McLaughlin. He sends it back in towards the goal, and that's a very nice point from McLaughlin. A lovely point from a very acute angle. Michael McLaughlin, who came on to the side as a substitute coming up towards half-time. So he has got the third Barefield point. So the score is now Tulla 1 goal and 4 points, Barefield 3 points. The puck out drops 40 metres out from the goal. There's a free in to Doora-Barefield as James O'Connor was fouled in possession. So a free to Barefield.
I'm not really concentrating now.
And this time it's James O'Connor who'll take the free. Strikes it goalwards and strikes it straight between the posts, right over the little black mark. So now there's only just a goal between them. Barefield coming back into the game. 6.5 minutes gone in the second half. 1 goal and 4 for Tulla. 4 points for Barefield. Pat Medden with the puck out. Over the far side. First time done by Ian McInerney. Down towards Mark Quinn. Quinn has possession. Bernard Cosgrove comes to challenge. Nicely off inside to Bernard Queally, but is cleared out by Stephen White. Michael Littleton returns it back down. Cleared out by Aidan Bohannon. Up this side of the field. Racing after this, James O'Connor gets his shot in. Over towards Michael McLaughlin, but Carol Quinn is there for Tulla. The intended shot is blocked down. And it's Sean Mannion. Sends it back in towards the Tulla goal. Connie Hunt is first onto it. Takes it over towards that far touchline. But there's too many maroon shots there. And it's the full forward, Colin Kearns. Kearns gets possession. Sends a dangerous dropping shot over across the goals. Derek Ryan is onto it, but a good save by Patrick Madden. That was a let off there for Tulla, as Ryan should nearly have finished that one, but he stuck it straight at the goalkeeper. It comes out to Michael Littleton. Littleton gains possession. Kicks it out for Tulla. Damon McInerney goes for it. The ball goes by him. Ian McInerney. But it's Sean McMahon for Barefield. Bernard Cosgrove tries to complete the clearance, but it breaks to John Murphy. Cleared over the far side by Gregory Baker. Coming out for it is Declan Whelan. Whelan gets a long relieving clearance down the far side, but it's Donald Cahill in possession. Trying to shake off the tackles on Mark Quinn. Gets his clearance. Up to Aidan Bohannon. The ball is knocked away from him by Gordon Queally. In turn, Queally loses possession. And John Murphy falls to the ground there, and the referee has penalised one of the Barefield players, so it's going to be a free to Tulla. And the free taker will be Damon McInerney. McInerney, who's accounted for 2 points already from Tulla. And once again, the helmet is discarded. McInerney strikes it down and drops in the 20-metre line. Shane McMahon has possession, tries to get around Steve White. White knocks the ball away from him. And the referee has blown the whistle, and I'm sure he's going to throw in the ball. No, he's awarding a free in to Tulla. I thought there for a moment that he was going to throw in the ball because Shane McMahon fell to the ground. He seemed to be shielding the ball on the ground. I thought that both of them could have adjudged to fouling. 6 of one and a half dozen of another, but it's going to be a 20-metre free to Tulla. I'm sure the free taker will be Damon McInerney. Tulla lead by 3 points. Damon McInerney steps up to the free. It's on the 20-metre line. This time the helmet is left on. He's much closer to goal. McInerney jabs it up and strikes it straight over the bar, increasing the lead once again to 4 points for Tulla, and McInerney's third point of the game. Coming up to the 10th minute of the second half. Christy O'Connor with the puck out. Pucks it up the centre. 4 players under it. Ball breaks to Andrew Whelan. But in there for Tulla is Damon McInerney again. Ball goes down towards Gordon Queally. Intercepted by James O'Connor. Sidesteps 2 Tulla players. Gets the left-handed clearance out the far side of the field. Gregory Baker goes after it, but he leaves it to Michael McLaughlin. gets around Connie Hunt. McLaughlin sends it in towards the goal. Oh, a dangerous stopping shot, but it goes across the face of the goals, out over the end line and wide. So Tulla retained their 4-point lead. Pat Madden will take the puck out. Meanwhile, there's one of the Tulla players has picked up a knock. It seems to be a head injury. It's the left cornerback, Michael McInerney. Michael McNamara comes in to have a look at him there. The Tulla mentors are also in there attending to him. But he seems to be okay and ready to resume his possession. So it'll be a puck out to Tulla. And Pat Madden will take the puck out. He has kept a clear sheet so far in the game with that Tulla goal. Strikes it out the far side. Andrew Whelan is under it. The ball breaks to Ian McInerney, puts it up in his stick. Soling to the centre. Puts the shot down towards the Barefield goal. Steve White is under it for Barefield. Shane McMahon is also in there for Tulla. Comes in towards the goal, then it's saved inside by Christy O'Connor. He gets a nice clearance out the far side of the field. Racing onto it is Damon McInerney. Gets round Aidan Bohannon. Has possession again. James O'Connor is back helping out also for Barefield. The shot is half blocked down, but it comes to Gordon Queally. Queally sends it in towards the goal, but to the left and wide. So it's still Tulla with a 4-point lead. 1 goal and 5 to 4 points. The puck out up the far side of the field. Doora-Barefield in the attack. And Sean Mangan sends it in towards the Tulla goal. Michael McLaughlin is in there. So is Michael Hayes for Tulla. Hayes gets the clearance out a little bit, but Phelan Collins fails to make contact with it. Barefield still in the attack. Ball breaks across the square. Sent in towards the goals by Derek Ryan. Held inside the goals by Pat Madden, but his intended clearance is blocked down. He's surrounded by 4 Doora-Barefield players. Andrew Whelan in the one possession. It's a goal! It's a goal! A goal for Doora-Barefield. It was Andrew Whelan who finished it to the net, as Patrick Madden saved it on the first occasion. But the shot was blocked down, and Andrew Whelan finishes it into the back of the net. So now we should really have a game in our hands. There's only 1 point between them. The Doora-Barefield supporters, they're beginning to raise their voice as they sense that their team can come back into the game. As Pat Madden with the puck out. Under it is Aidan Bohannon. Connie Hunt comes out for it. The ball goes behind him. Michael McLaughlin. This fellow seems to be a very knacky little player. He's played well since coming on as a substitute. Michael Hayes, the fullback, gains possession, clears it out the centre. Donald Cosgrove for Barefield. Sends it on to James O'Connor. He loses his stick. And the referee has blown the whistle. And he's awarding a free to Doora-Barefield. He's having a word with John Murphy there for a rather high challenge. So it's going to be a free to Doora-Barefield. Just 1 point separating them. 14 minutes gone in the second half.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because he's not hurt. I know he doesn't fight.
The free drops in around. It's cleared out by Michael McInerney. But racing onto it is James O'Connor. O'Connor in possession. He's on the 20-metre line. Strikes it in towards the goals. Blocked inside by Michael Hayes. Cleared out by Michael Kelly. Comes as far as John Murphy. Gets it out the far side of the field. Ian McInerney goes for it. McInerney in possession. Strikes it high. Down towards the goals. And that's a lovely point by McInerney. He was 40 metres out from the goals, over towards the far side, and struck it straight between the posts. So it's increasing the Tulla lead to 2 points again. 1 goal and 6 points to 1 goal and 4. The puck out up the centre, goes by centre field. Harold Quinn is there for Tulla. Gains possession, strikes it left-handed, sets up another Tulla attack. Shane McMahon is out there under, but Donald Cosgrove is there for Doora-Barefield, playing very well at centre half-back. Being chased by Gordon Queally. Fails to get his shot in. The ball breaks to Michael Littleton. Littleton falls to the ground, and the referee has penalised one of the Barefield players. I think it was Donald Cahill who penalised, so it's going to be a free in to Tulla. David McInerney. McInerney has already accounted for 3 points of Tulla. Could he make it 4 with this one? They lead 1-6 to 1-4. McInerney strikes the goalwards and the unerring McInerney makes no mistake, plants it straight between the posts. So Tulla lead by 3 points once again. Just gone halfway through the second half as Christy O'Connor with the puck out. Goes by centre field. Ball is with Ian McInerney. Beaten by Aidan Bohannon. Carol Quinn comes across for Tulla. Also in there is Declan Hurling. But the ball breaks to Gregory Baker. Cleared out by Damon McInerney. Only as far as Sean Mangan. The referee has blown the whistle and he has penalised Sean Mangan, so it's going to be a free to Tulla. 40 metres from their own goal. The free will be taken by centre half-back Carol Quinn. A long free from Quinn, down the far side of the field. Ian McInerney strikes it towards the goal. It comes off the upright and it's in the back of the net. It's a goal, another goal for Tulla. As the high ball came in from the free, from Ian McInerney, it struck the goalpost, came back into play and was finished to the back of the net. And I think it was Damien Murphy again who got the goal for Tulla. He was very sharp in the first half in finishing the one to the net, and he has got his second goal of the game. So Tulla lead 2 goals and 7 points to 1 goal and 4 as Christy O'Connor takes the puck out. Tulla on the attack once again with Donald Cahill is there for Barefield. Over towards that far touchline, gets his clearance, run in the air by Michael Kelly. Goes as far as Dermot McInerney. McInerney trying to get the shot in, strikes it high, but this one goes across the face of the goals to the left and wide. So Tulla now going into a 6-point lead once again. They led at 5 points at half-time, but Doora-Barefield brought back that lead. But now Tulla have increased it again to 6 points. Christy O'Connor, much the busier of the 2 goalkeepers, drops it into the centre of the field. Racing onto it is James O'Connor. Bernard Cosgrove is there to help out also. Harold Quinn is there for Tulla. A strong bustling centre half-back. Gets by 2 Doora-Barefield players, but the intended shot is blocked down by Sean McMahon. Cleared up the side of the field. Dermot McInerney is there for Tulla, surrounded by 2 maroon shirts. Gets his shot in. Bernard Cosgrove wins it in the air. And it certainly won't be Cosgrove's fault if the under-16B title don't go to the Trent Parish of Doora-Barefield. But the referee has blown the whistle and he's awarding a free from where the ball landed for a late challenge there on Bernard Cosgrove. So Andrew Whelan, no, he leaves this one to James O'Connor. They have combined the free-taking duties, James O'Connor and Andrew Whelan. Whelan has accounted for a goal and 2 points of the total for Doora-Barefield. Up comes James O'Connor, strikes it in, comes off the crossbar and goes over the bar. It's narrowing the gap to 5 points, 2 goals and 7 to 1 goal and 5. As Pat Madden prepares to take the puck out. There's a bit of a delay in there near the goals. Tulla with a 5-point lead. That's second goal. Really put Tulla into a commanding lead at that stage because Doora-Barefield were certainly coming back into the game. Pat Madden with the puck out. Pucks it out the centre. Goes off the hand of Carol Quinn. Andrew Whelan races after it for Doora-Barefield. Gains possession. Shot is half blocked down. Dermot McInerney. But James O'Connor is also in there. James O'Connor is fouled. A free into Barefield. James O'Connor once again will take the free. The last one came off the crossbar and over the bar. But I'm sure he'd be very happy even to see the same happen from this one. As he drills it down towards the goal, backs and forwards, tossing for it in there. The ball breaks to Derek Ryan. Cleared back out for Tulla, out the far side of the field. Donald Cahill goes for it. Ian McInerney is in there for Tulla also. Ball breaks to Bernard Cosgrove. Ian McInerney clears it out. Ball breaks across to Sean McMahon. McMahon jabs it up. The intended shot is half blocked down. Ball breaks across this side. McMahon goes after it again, but he's beaten by Michael Littleton. The ball goes out over the sideline. It's going to be a sideline cut for Doora-Barefield. The sideline cut will be taken by Sean McMahon. McMahon cuts it up this side, but Michael Littleton is the one who collects it. Who turns it back down into the Barefield half of the field. Steve White and Shane McMahon tussle for it. Stalemate here very close to the touchline. Kept in play by Gordon Queally. Ball breaks across where it's Donald Cahill. Kicks it out, can't get room to swing the stick. Overthrows Gregory Baker. Beaten to the ball by Damon McInerney, and he's certainly one of the real stars of this Tulla side. The shot is blocked down by Andrew Whelan, but McInerney still tussles, cleared out by Donald Cahill. Up the far side of the field, Michael McLaughlin goes over the ball. Connie Hunt is there for Tulla, flicks it back. But it's Michael McLaughlin once again for Doora-Barefield. Didn't make full contact with it, cleared out, but Barefield still on the attack. Will they be able to get a score? They're putting on a lot of pressure. Andrew Whelan, and Andrew Whelan is fouled, so there's a free in to Barefield. They trail by 5 points. I'm sure James O'Connor will be hoping to narrow that gap to 4 with this one. It was much the same position as where he got a point a few moments ago. O'Connor strikes it goalwards, but this one goes to the left and wide. So the score still remains. Tulla 2 goals and 7. Barefield 1 goal and 5. Pat Medden in no great hurry in the Tulla goal to take the puck out. But of course he's side lead by 5 points. Puts it out the far side of the field. Under it is Gregory Baker. Bernard Cosgrove is also in there. Cleared back out by Declan Whelan. But Donald Cahill is there for Barefield. Shot is blocked down by Gordon Queally, but he gets it at the second attempt. Up the far side of the field, Connie Hunt comes out. Michael McLaughlin is also in there. So is Declan Whelan. Whelan clears it across this side. Racing into it is James O'Connor, one of the much better players in the Doora-Barefield side. And this is the star of the side, Andrew Whelan. I thought that one took a deflection, but the umpire said it's gone to the left and wide. I thought it came off one of the Tulla players, but it's gone out over the end line and wide. Doora-Barefield have a lot of wides in the game. A nice sized crowd here in Dr. Murphy Park, so early in the day. The Tulla supporters there are up on their feet, very close to that line, and I'm sure even 1 or 2 of them are stepping out onto the field of play as the puck out comes out the far side. Backs and forwards testing for it. The ball breaks to Damon McInerney. McInerney solos up the field. The ball flew to the top of his stick. Gets on Bernard Cosgrove. And the referee has penalised Cosgrove, so it's another free to Tulla. Very close to that far touchline. Damon McInerney will be the free taker. And of course every time now you see McInerney stepping up to the free, you also see that blue helmet about 5 yards behind him, and this time there is no difference. McInerney strikes the free, down towards the goal, and makes no mistake, puts it straight between the posts. His 5th point of the game, and he certainly is the difference between the two sides. There is some anxious Tullamen, that famous full-back for Clare, Jim Power, I see him standing there behind the goals as the puck out comes up this side of the field. Phelan Collins is there for Barefield. He's fouled as he's going through with the ball, so there's a free in to Doora-Barefield. James O'Connor will take the free. It's 2 goals and 8 to 1 goal and 5. James O'Connor taps it up, lobs it in around the square. A dangerous dropping ball, but that Tulla full back line is very sound. They're not giving an inch in this game. In towards the goals, Pat Madden, the goalkeeper, saves it and clears it out the far side. Ian McInerney coming back, helping out in defence. It's gone out over the far sideline. It's a sideline cut to Barefield.
5 minutes.
But the linesman has his flag up, and I think he's going to throw in the ball between them. I thought it was a sideline cut to Doora-Barefield, but it must have been a clash ball. So the linesman is going to throw in the ball. Ian McInerney and Donald Cahill are the 2 in for it. Ball breaks between the two of them. In nips Colm Kearns, sends it in towards the goal. Michael Littleton is there for Tulla. Gets out the clearance. Out the far side. A real melee over there towards that far touchline. Diarmuid McInerney is in there, but he's beaten this time. There was two maroon shirts around him. Ian McInerney sends it down the far side. Steve White comes out for it. Shane McMahon is also there for Tulla. These two are having a rare old tussle. The referee has blown the whistle. And he's awarding a free out to Doora-Barefield. The free will be taken by Steve White. Strikes it left-handed. Up towards halfway. Diarmuid McInerney once again for Tulla. Strikes it into the centre. John Murphy's under. The ball goes behind him. Shane McMahon adds to it. Into Mark Quinn. Mark Quinn is careering goalwards. Tries to get around John O'Connell. Takes a shot and it's in the net. A great goal for Mark Quinn as he soloed through. He got by John O'Connell and crashed an unstoppable shot to the back of the net. So that's certainly putting Tulla really in the driving seat. They lead 3 goals and 8 points to 1 goal and 5. 3 clear goals between them as the puck out drops into the centre. It's won by Phelan Collins. The ball is knocked away from him. In nips Aidan Bohannon. Also in there is Bernard Cosgrove, flicked away from him by Ian McInerney. Phelan Collins once again for Barefield. Up the far side. Coming out for his Colm Kearns. The referee has penalised one of the Tulla players, so it's a free into Barefield. And surely they'll have to go looking for a goal at this stage. Diarmuid McInerney flicks the ball away there from the free taker, but the referee had his back to him. But I think he's awarding 10 metres anyway. He's awarding the free 10 metres closer to the goals. And James O'Connor standing well back behind it. Will he go for a goal? He takes a good run at it. Up he comes to it. Strikes it in low. Saved by Michael Hayes in there. Backs and forwards tussling for it. It's Declan Whelan who gets it out. Only as far as Gregory Baker. Baker strikes it in high and over the bar. A point for Doora-Barefield. That's a goal and 6 points for Barefield. But of course Tulla have 2 goals and 8 on the scoreboard. Or 3 goals and 8. That last goal by Mark Quinn. Pat Medden will take the puck out. Meanwhile, there's a small hold-up in play. Pat Medden won't be too concerned about that because, of course, his side of a commanding lead. There's a Tulla player going off the team. The ball breaks across this side of the field. James O'Connor first times it. Very close to the touchline. Kept in play by Diarmuid McInerney. The referee has blown the whistle. I think Diarmuid McInerney had put a foot in touch. So it's going to be a sideline cut. Sean McMahon. Cuts it in the centre, but under it is Michael Littleton. He has been named at left half forward, but he has helped out in defence also for Tulla. Ball breaks to Sean McMahon. Plays it up the side of the field. James O'Connor is under it. Diarmuid McInerney is also in there. McInerney is judged to have fouled James O'Connor, so free to Doora-Barefield. A lot of urgency creeping into the Doora-Barefield side now. Time isn't on their side as they're trying to get back into the game. James O'Connor with the free, drills it in towards the goal. Backs and forwards go up for it. The ball breaks to Sean Mangan. Mangan pulls on it, but it's cleared out by the Tulla backline. Out this side of the field. Returning back in towards the goal. Harold Quinn is in there for Tulla. Gets the clearance, goes over the head of Bernard Cosgrove. Sean McMahon. Also in there is John Murphy of Tulla, but it's Bernard Cosgrove is the one in possession. Soloing up the field, he has played a real stormer of a game at centre half-back. Ball is knocked off his stick by Michael Littleton, but Cosgrove gets it again. Sends it down towards the corner. Down to Colm Kearns. Kearns crosses it over, cross in front of the goals. And one of the Tulla players there has gone down injured. The referee has blown the whistle.
Someone down now.
And he's going in there having a word with one of the Doora-Barefield players. He's calling him one side. I didn't really see what happened as the ball came across. One of the Tulla players went down injured.
That's on Hayes, actually.
I think it's the left cornerback, Michael McInerney. But a drop out of that magic bottle and it certainly can do wonders for the player. Time ticking away now on the Doora-Barefield players. Tulla, of course, lead 3 goals and 8 to to 1 goal and 6. So we're ready to resume with the action. The helmet being thrown away there behind the goal line. The referee, I think, is awarding a free out to Tulla. He put one of the Doora-Barefield players' name into the book. I think it was the right corner forward, Phelan Collins. So he awards the free out to Tulla. Michael Hayes leaves the ball to Connie Hunt, the right corner back, and he'll take the free out. Connie Hunt strikes it up the centre, not a very long one, edited by Dermot McInerney. Barefield on the attack, but the attack is broken up by Gordon Queally. Queally solos down the side of the field. Still has possession, gets by 2 Doora-Barefield players. The referee has blown the whistle. I think he has penalised Gordon Queally. I think he cut the ball 3 times. The quick free for Barefield. Up this side, Michael Kelly is under it. The referee has blown the whistle and the game is over as he throws out his 2 arms. Tulla, the under-16B champions. They didn't come to the market as favourites, but they made little of the favourites tag today. They beat a gallant Doora-Barefield side on the score of 3 goals and 8 to 1 goal and 6. And the Tulla players are really delighted with that victory. Of course, Dermot McInerney, who's in the side, also picked up an under-21 medal earlier in the year. And it looks promising for the Tulla side that they have come through and won two underage championships this year. But one has to feel sorry for Doora-Barefield. They battled it out gamely to the very end. They had some very good players through the field. There is Jim O'Donnell, the former Limerick cornerback. And who knows that man? He's known all over County Clare. John Minogue and his daughter Sandra, 2 very good supporters. They are here of all ages, young and old. And sure, what more like than a puff of a fag after the game as the clergy also discussed the game. Great scenes of jubilation in the Tulla camp. There is the local butcher. As John Birch is going to make the presentation.
I would like to compliment both teams on a fine, hard-fought, well-contested game. What hurling is all about, lads, and you know, it was contested, as far as I'm concerned, in an extremely sporting manner, and the young fellas deserve great credit for the effort which they put in. It's our last final of the year, so it falls on me to compliment a lot of people who have done a lot of work for us during the year. And I think we got an example of that here today when at the last minute came out and had to fill in and put a few lines on the field. I think every club needs people like Cam Allen, and I think I would like to thank him for it even if it was the last minute. Also today we had one of our new, not very new, but new and promising referees, Mike McNamara from Whitegate. And I think it was a measure of his dedication and commitment to the GAA that he not only brought along his 4 umpires, but he had 2 linesmen tugged all the way from East Clare, and I think he deserves a round of applause. Finally, I would like to say, have looked to Doora-Barefield. He contested well, but on the day, Tulla were a better team, and it gives me great pleasure to present the Colonel Montori for the Under-16 Championship to their captain, Dermot McInerney.
I'd like to thank especially John Stack, Quentin Leamy and Pat Mack, and especially Shamrock Mahan for playing today when his grandfather died last night.
On behalf of Doora-Barefield, I would like to congratulate Tulla on their very deserved win. We would, of course, love to have won it for a number of reasons. But I think on the occasion you deserve to win. It was a very hard match. I think it was a fair match, a very hard one. And you deserved it on the occasion. I think that probably next year we'll both see you in the A division and we might have another one. Well done.